Alright, so next, after you got your yellow done, look for your next color, which mine I always pick blue, because I always, to figure out and make sure, because this one doesn't have a centerpiece like the 5x5s or the 3x3s have, you have to set up your own color scheme the right way or else it won't get solved right. So I have my white on bottom, yellow on top. Next I start with my blue on front, and we'll get with that. Like I said, with the front face, top right, top left. If you combine the front faces, they match. You got one pair. Move it out of the way so you have layers to move. And then right here, top left, that's not going to work. You're going to want to move that. Top right, top left. That's a pair. You just combine it, and then afterwards you can't bring that down or else you have this missing one here. So what you got to do is you got to move this pair into this slot that's going to be put down into here, and then that's your second one. Next, here's where things get confused. Another phone call. Hold on. Oh, you got it. Where does it say from?
I can't.
Okay. Anyway, so white, yellow, blue. This is how I make sure I get my color scheme right. Next, I'll just put orange on the left, and then I'm set from there. So white and yellow are pretty much common sense because, you know, opposite light colors, you know, white and yellow. So next, I just make sure I get my blue and orange, and then from there you just got your green on the opposite of blue, red on the opposite of orange. So what I do next is I find my orange, leave that there. This is going to be tricky because you're going to want to, you only got certain limited moves because you want to bring this back to not mess up your blue. Right here, this is on the top right, this is on the top right, pretend that's not there. You want to match this pair here on both faces. So this one you can put in the top left, and then match it. Bring it, this is when, see, if I left it like that, my blue's messed up. So what you want to do is you want to bring this matched up with a layer of blue, and then bring it back down. So now you got one of your oranges on the right side, and you got your blue back in place. Because if you were to do this and then leave it there, you know, your orange is in the wrong spot. You fix your blue and stuff like that. Or if you were just to sorry, I'm moving the cube fast. Bring that up and fix it there and leave it there, and you start working on the next one, then your blues are screwed up. So you want to make sure that you bring it to the layer of the blue, and then you bring it in, and you got yourself your almost half-oriented thing. Next you got your orange and your orange. This is going to be tricky. You got your top left. No, don't drink some more shit. You can drink some water. Okay, whatever, fine. Okay, bring this to the bottom right because this one is on the bottom left. Pretend this doesn't exist because this one's already fixed. So now you got your bottom left and top left. It's on the bottom left on this one, so you need your other imaginary front face to be on the bottom right, so they match up because you got your bottom left on the other side, and then you got your right. So now you're going to get a pair if you combine the faces here. So now that I got my blue, now I got to match this up to my imaginary face. Like I said, my blue went all the way up, so to bring it back I'm going to have to do that, but I'm going to have to bring my orange with it. So I bring this up, bring it to the layer of the blue, you bring it all the way down back to the orange and the blue, and you'll get that fixed. And last layer is always usually very easy. You'll get this case or other ones that I'll show you, and this is pretty much simple. What you're doing here is you're moving this green out of the way. Okay, say if I was to do this, you bring the green up, bring the green down, the green's there, green up, didn't do anything, the green's going to come down. If you put the green there and you replace it with the red's going to come down instead of the green, and you got your red fixed, and that'll automatically fix the green. Let me show you why it'll do that. Because when you bring this up, the green's going to be there, fixed. So if I was to move this out of the way of this green, so that when I brought this back down, I have my green fixed, that'll also fix my red. So to do this, if you have this case or anything like this, make sure that you put the same colors on each side. Green, you do the R. No, I don't even care about algorithms. You shouldn't have to worry about algorithms right now. Just bring this side up, move the green to the opposite side, so that when you bring this down, the greens match up. That'll usually fix it. Same thing applies with the red. The red, when you put it up against the same red side, when you lift it on the same red side, you move the red out of the way, it'll bring it down. But the thing is, it'll bring your red in the wrong spot. The color that you're gonna want on the top is the color that you're going to be how would I say this? Okay, the color that is on top that you want to stay up there, you bring the color on the bottom up to it. So if I want green to stay up there, I'll bring my green up to the green, move it out of the way, and then the green will be there. If I want my red to stay up there, which I don't, because red's not the opposite of blue, then you bring your red up there, and then you'll have your red, but that's not what we want. We want the green. So next, the last layer is pretty much like that. And the other cases for the last layer, I mean, I'll make another part for it if you guys have trouble. The last layer is actually very, very simple, so I shouldn't have to explain anything right there. But right here, now you got your centers oriented. That is part 1 of the tutorial. It should be pretty simple, very intuitive. If you have any questions, let me know. This will be part 1A. If you have any questions, I'll add on to the center. That'll be part 1A or 1B, and so on. Part 2 is going to be examples on edge pairing, so there's going to be a part 2A. If you have any questions on edge pairing, that'll become 2B, and so on. So there you go. You got your white, yellow. Next, I put my blue on front, orange on left. That's all I do to memorize where they go. Because after that, you got your your red on the other side, and green on the back. Because green, blue, red, orange, and yellow, white are all opposites of each other. And if you look at the color scheme, of a Rubik's Cube, if you have one near you, then you don't have to worry about finding out where to go. But just that's how I memorize mine. You got blue in front, yellow on top, white on bottom, orange on left, red on right. So that's pretty much it. That's center pairing, and that's the first video. Edge pairing will come out pretty soon. Right now, I'm gonna work on it right now.